Hello, this is Sørina Higgins, and I am here to talk to you about Signum University's Almost an Inkling Creative Writing Contest, and most importantly, to announce to you the winners of Week 1. So as you know, we have winners in two categories. One is the popular vote. You asked your family and friends to come and vote for their favorites on our page, and I'll soon tell you who they chose. The second category are the literary prizes chosen by myself and by Robin Stone of Olorus Publishing. So before I get into the announcement, let me just encourage you to go to Signum University's webpage and participate in our fundraiser. This contest is running concurrently with a 6-week fundraiser for Signum University's annual fund to help continue supporting such great initiatives as the guest lecture series, the free Mythgard Academy classes, and many others. So please do go check that out. And of course, send in your submissions and your votes for Week 2 of the Creative Writing Contest, which is going on now. Week 2 is all about dragons, and I'm very impressed with the submissions so far. So please go and vote on them and send us yours as well. So I'm going to begin by talking to you about those that garnered the most popular votes. And I also just want to encourage you that if you are not one of the top 3 winners in the category of popular vote or of the literary judges, there's still some other chances that you can get your work out there. And one is that Olorus Publishing will be collecting a volume of spooky stories to release in an ebook on Halloween. So if one of your stories is not selected today and it's in the category of spooky stories, then talk to Robin Stone of Olorus Publishing and maybe you can send your story to her as well. Okay, well I know you're waiting for this, so let me take you through the list. I'm going to give some honorable mentions first. These works were not accepted for either of the prizes, but they did garner a lot of popular votes, so I just want to mention them. And if I mention your name and your work right now in the honorable mentions category, then please put it on the web somewhere for us so that other people can read it. Publish it on your blog or post it some other place that we can see it, and then send me the link. Tweet at Sørina Higgins, that's at SORINA HIGGINS, and let us know where your work appears online so that we can share it. Okay, so here are some of the honorable mentions from the popular votes, from fewest to most votes. Through the Trees by Elijah David. The Escape by Dan Kinney. Petrifying by Rob Gosselin. Quest Against the Darkness by Sarah Creon, I think. Tea for Two by Olivia Jacobitz. The Damselflies by Stacey Erickson. Turntable Magic, also by Olivia Jacobitz. And The Truth About Fairy Rings by Cheryl Cordova. So those are some of the works that readers very greatly enjoyed. But now let me tell you who our runner-up is, our official runner-up in the popular vote category. And that is Eugene Sullivan, The Stairwell. Congratulations, Eugene. Then we had a tie for the top 2 votes in the popular category. So we have 2 winners here for the popular vote. Brenton Dickinson, One Step into Dawn, and Olivia Jacobitz, Through the Porthole. Congratulations to Olivia and Brenton. So you 3, Olivia, Brenton, and Eugene, your work will be appearing in the ebook that Olorus Publishing is putting together at the end of this contest. Very well done. Now we get to the literary category that was judged by myself and Robin Stone. And I just want to let you know that this was actually a very clear winner this time around. We had 64 amazing entries, and all of them had values of their own, but there was one story that really stood out. Let me tell you some of the things that we were really looking for, and some things that you can do if you are contributing this time around. So maybe just kind of what didn't make the cut, so that you can watch out for this. I'll tell you that there were 2 things that maybe prevented a work from really standing out of the bunch to us. First, if it read like it was a selection from a larger work, rather than a self-contained piece of flash fiction. You see, we wanted it to have its own beginning, middle, and end, so that it was a self-contained work in 333 words. We didn't want to be left feeling like we needed to turn the page to the next chapter, so it had to have its own narrative arc and trajectory within the piece. So if you're contributing this week or in future, you can keep that in mind. Secondly, of course, since these are short works in words, we were looking for people who were absolutely masters of language. This is important in any kind of writing, of course. You're making a thing out of words, so you need to know exactly what are the right words to choose and exactly how to put them together. If you were a carpenter, your skill would be partly in choosing exactly the right pieces of wood and in putting them together exactly right. So if we saw some pervasive errors of syntax or poor word choices, things like that, then those probably didn't make the cut. But there were so many that did that I'm going to mention a few right now that are not in our top 3 winners, but are still really, really good. And again, I encourage you to post these somewhere on the internet and tweet me the link so that I can spread the word and everyone can read and enjoy them. Kay Ben Avraham, The Ascent. Rebecca Brunner, The Postcard. Darak, The Mirror. Olivia Jacobitz, Turntable Magic. Lee Smith, Tales from the Underground Gambit. Lizzie Stochevsky, Wasps with Secrets in Their Hair. And David Erbach, Mud. Those were some that each had their own self-contained plot that was very compelling and were a contained story from beginning to end and surprised me at the end usually. You don't necessarily have to have a twist, but a piece of flash fiction wants to end in a very, very satisfying way. Okay, so now the moment you've all been waiting for. The top 3 literary prizes from week 1 from the Mysterious Doors category. Our second runner-up is Cheryl Cardoza, Fairy Rings. Congratulations, Cheryl. And our first runner-up is Anne Whitver, Never Trust a Clock. Congratulations, Anne. And the very clear winner for this week, the story that really stood out to us, was Laura Krauss, Lot's Wife. Very well done, Laura. So those 3 works will also be appearing in the ebook at the end, and those 3 winners plus the 3 popular ones will be invited to speak in the webinar on Halloween. So do contact me to make those arrangements. Thank you very much, everybody, and good luck next week.